Brodes Media.
So I did not expect to be talking about a 3-1 hockey team after 4 games, but I guess that's what happens when you have a true number one center who could shut down superstars. I guess that's what happens when there's a healthy Cam Atkinson who knows how to light the lamp. He scores 2 bingos on Thursday night. This team has a different element that they didn't have in last year's squad. Now, it's very early, and this team did start out 3-1 last year, and you can make the argument because of the way John Tortorella runs his training camp that they are well conditioned and they are in a better spot than most teams. And look, I don't want to take anything away from the Philadelphia Flyers and what they put on display, but the Edmonton Oilers have been playing horrendous hockey to start the season off. There's a lot of questions up there right now. There's a lot of angry screaming because they're trying to figure out how a team who is so favored in the West, who have a shot to win the Stanley Cup in their minds, look so flat, but you have to take advantage of that if you're the Flyers, and also, you played well, right? I mean, it is possible where one team flat out stinks and they can't figure out their identity and they can't get scoring from their bottom 6 and their goalie maybe didn't play super sharp. At the same time, though, you cause turnovers. Travis Sanheim in the neutral zone is part of the reason why Bobby Brink and Joel Farabee are able to spring up ice and score that awesome goal to start off 1-0. That was an incredible play by Bobby Brink. That was an awesome finish by Joel Farabee. And Bobby Brink is everywhere. He's significantly outplaying a lot of guys, but more importantly, Tyson Forster and obviously Morgan Frost, who's in the John Tortorella doghouse. He almost scored the wraparound goal. I think he's buzzing everywhere, and I don't know if it's just a one-hit wonder kind of guy, meaning it'll last only a short amount of time and then eventually the spark ends. No, it looks like he's everywhere and he's capable of utilizing that speed. He's got a skill set that I think translates to this league. He's super fast, he's super quick, he's super skilled. I don't think it dies off. I have a lot of faith that this Bobby Brink experience only expands, and once he pops one, he's got that Owen Tippett thing similar to what happened last year where Owen Tippett couldn't find the net. I think Bobby Brink is everywhere. He's right there. It is so damn close. Once one goes through, I think it eventually just kind of bang, takes off for him. But hey, speaking of Owen Tippett, awesome passing to win a battle along the wall and find Cam Atkinson in front of the crease. This team scored some beautiful ones, and there was a big momentum change that happened when Sean Couturier finds Walker, who makes it 3-1 with a rip. Probably should have been saved, but that stuff happens all the time. You get a little rush there in a very weird spot. You normally wouldn't see Walker getting a chance like that when Edmonton has a power play, but the score is 2-1 at the time. Think about the firepower on Edmonton. Think about where they normally generate a lot of their scoring, when they have a man advantage. So when it's 2-1, you're thinking, please don't make it 2-2. Please don't tie it up. Please don't take life out of this building. And instead, it's 3-1, and you expand the lead. That is magnificent from someone who isn't normally scoring that goal. Walker, come on, man. D-man taking it up ice like that. It's amazing. But good for Sean Couturier. It shows you the knowledge of the player because it's easy to dump the puck and then you reset your penalty kill, short shifts. Maybe you go to the bench, you get some fresh legs out there, whatever it is. You want to always churn the bodies when you're down a man, and instead he puts it in an area for you to just at least get something, at least do a little bit of something with the puck after that. Most penalty killers probably just send it down the ice. And that shows you the difference in having a Sean Couturier compared to not. And the fact that Sean Couturier looks this smooth coming off of the injuries that he has been a part of, he hasn't skipped a damn beat. Like, he looks exactly like the same Sean Couturier who could play a lot of minutes, who can shut down opposing teams' best lines. That is something that is so important if you're going to have any sort of chance to compete every single night. And if there is a part of this fan base that seems to be aggravated because they're not losing, first off, let's be honest. As happy as I am right now Don't we know a double-digit losing streak is going to happen at some point? Isn't that what this team is all about? Isn't there a 10, 11, 12-game losing skid that's on the schedule at some point in the middle of the season? But what you do need to value is, and I said this in the offseason before puck drop for their first game, there's nothing wrong with having Couturier and having Atkinson back, even in a season where you're rebuilding. There's a difference between rebuilding and full-on tanking. I think that there's an awesome mental switch that happens knowing that Couturier's in that room. You need to know how to attack the night every night. You need to know what it takes. There's a lot of learning that happens when you're on the bench to see how Sean Couturier plays. He's one of those guys that, quote, plays the right way. You don't think Noah Cates can learn from that? Speaking of centers, by the way, what an awesome day in the faceoff circle. Dude, you're at such an advantage when you put the puck on your stick to start off a sequence. If you're in your D zone, think about how winning a faceoff in your D zone, how valuable that is to your team, getting the puck out, whether you rim it and then you get one of your forwards to go over to the other side of the wall to chip it out of the zone, whether you utilize the glass and go glassing out, maybe you hit your center swinging, maybe you have a good setup play right off the dot. I mean, there's so many things. You win those faceoffs. Come on, it's incredible. So, yeah, Sean Couturier teaching them how to do it. You got to learn from somewhere, and you can only do so much by trial and error. And it's like, oh, you failed here, you failed there, you failed this, you failed that, you did wrong here, you did wrong here. Let's look at the tape. No, sometimes it's firsthand experience, and then it's also at practice. So Sean Couturier, after practice, hey, you're going to win 50 draws before we get off the ice. You're going to win X amount of draws against me. Someone's going to drop the puck, and I'm going to teach you how to utilize your body, turn your body, where to place your hands on the stick. To think that it would ever be a disaster to have those guys in this locker room and on the bench and on the ice for 60 minutes to battle up against Connor McDavid because, I just want to lose hockey games. I think that's absolute asinine because you're devaluing what it's like to grab onto that first-hand experience. And I was worried that this D-core would get annihilated. The heavy pressure that Ottawa brought almost made me faint because I was questioning if that's what we would see every single night. Well, I'm just going to say, if Sanheim plays this strong, and if Zamula is what he has shown, and if Rasmus could be last year's version of Rasmus, and if Cam York continues his play, your D-core is 10 times the D-core that I entered the season thinking we would watch. And where that takes us, I don't know. But with an awesome Carter Hart, you're winning more games than you think you would. And I'm okay with that. I prefer that. I want to enjoy my hockey. I want to watch a team that plays with piss and vinegar. You like that? You like that cliche? Play with some piss and vinegar. Let the kids run around out there, throw the body, be physical, get up on the forecheck, establish some offensive zone pressure.